Oh, went live right when the beat drops. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Got a new microphone. A Rode pod mic. Pretty sexy, wouldn't you say? Okay, I think that's about enough time that we've gone live on all platforms. Let's fade the music. All right, welcome to the Market Messiah movement, where your marketing is your message. It's really the key. Your marketing is your message. It's not the tactics. It's not your funnel. It's not your offer. It's not your niche. It's not your testimonials. It's your message. We live in a world where anybody can fake testimonials. Anybody can fake results. Anybody can have perfectly written copy done by AI. They can have a perfectly beautifully designed website done by AI. All of those things that used to be a barrier to entry, all those technical skills are no longer a barrier. Anybody can do them. So really, your marketing is your message. That's the only thing that can differentiate you from anyone else in the entire world, because everything else can be copied. Now, thing is, I've talked to hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people, 1,000 coaches at this point. Many specifically executive, leadership, communication, productivity types of coaches, people that used to work in corporate. They have years and years of experience, CEOs, CTOs, CMOs, like just all sorts of types of high-level people have done amazing things in their career. And then they come to be a coach. Maybe COVID happened. Maybe they just want to be independent, older, wanting to step away from the game. And then they want to become a coach. And then all of a sudden, what does that experience mean? Nothing. They're just one in a sea of people where they used to be in this, they have all this experience, all of this knowledge, but it doesn't mean anything out here in this world of marketing, of social media, of LinkedIn, of wherever. So what are they to do? So I've talked to many of these people, and the point of this, what I'm doing, the Market Messiah marketing team, the Market Messiah movement, it's all about helping these types of people. It's us. It's us that we have this knowledge, we have experience, we can help people, but it's just working on the visibility. It's being visible. It's having our message, crafting the message, getting it out into the world, getting attention, taking attention away from all of the bullshit in the world, all of the negative stuff, all of the people who are lying and who are cheating, asses shaking on Instagram and TikTok, garbage content, influencers who are yelling about bullshit, political stuff. Like, that's what we're competing against. We're competing against all of that stuff, all of that negative stuff in the world. So we need a message. We have to be super targeted. We have to be super precise and super targeted. And we have to get into the heads of the people that we can help the most and give them a message that speaks to them, makes them feel like, yeah, that's me, but comes from you, where they're like, wow, I like that person. I like that idea. That's something I haven't heard before. And yes, that is exactly how I'm feeling. And that cannot come from tactics. It can't come from a template pack. It can't come from an infographic that you download and there's 2,000 people that like a post about some dumbass infographic that isn't going to do anything, but there's just an engagement pod underneath it of people liking and commenting it. That's what those things are. That's not good content. That's an engagement pod. That's cheating. That's fake. It's not even cheating because it just doesn't work. Because people aren't getting business. People doing that kinds of stuff aren't getting business. People in engagement pods aren't getting business. People who are paying to be in a group of people where everyone's commenting on each other's stuff with AI, where they all have content based on the same templates, those people aren't getting business. The coaches are getting business. Chris Donnelly's getting business. He's making lots of money. But his people that are copying that system aren't. Now, listen, Chris Donnelly, he's a good guy. I just watched one of his videos today. That's why it popped up in my mind. But the surface tactical stuff isn't going to do it in the long run. All right. So let me show you something here. Let me show you something to prove a point that content alone is not going to move the needle either. We need to do more than just have the tactical element of content. I mean, one of the biggest lies, biggest fallacies that I see marketers pushing and that I see coach after coach, person after person buying into is this content is king idea. The idea that if you just post content, if you post more content, if you post videos, if you post infographics, if you post reels, if you just post, you're going to get business. The problem is that you don't post enough. The problem is your content isn't engaging enough. The problem is you don't have any hooks. That's not the problem. The problem has nothing to do with content. Anybody can make content. And I just see marketer after marketer after marketer that are just selling content systems, selling ghostwriting services. Content isn't going to do it. It doesn't even matter how good your content is. If you don't have a message that is speaking to someone who is ready to buy something, and if it's not a unique approach that you've come up with, that you're articulating, and that's not being clearly articulated by you, what that process is like, doesn't matter how much content you have. Doesn't matter if they say yes to your lead magnet, if they want to even get on a call, because what's going to happen then? How are you going to articulate what you're doing to someone and get them to buy? So content is the top of the funnel, and it's just one piece of the puzzle, but people get sold on it being the end all be all. Content is king. Content is not king. I built my entire business off of cold outreach. Now, yes, content has been a big factor, because when I reach out to somebody, they look at my content and they say, wow, Ryan looks like a cool guy. I think I'd have a good conversation with him. How about I get on the call with him? But the sales have not just happened because of the content. It's because of the way I've articulated my process. It's because the sales process itself, how I've put value first. Now, content has helped me to articulate my message. That is for damn sure. But content is not king. Message is king. Now, let's take a look at something that the head of social at LinkedIn has said about the effectiveness of your content. As a head of social media, I'm often asked if organic LinkedIn reach is enough. My answer, the truth is no, not if you want maximum impact. So as the head of social media where you post content so that other people that you care about are seeing your content. And here on LinkedIn, the whole point of posting content is so that the people that you want to talk to see it and want to engage with you. That's not enough. Apparently, that's not enough to make an impact. If you really want to make an impact, content alone is not enough. So what is enough? What's enough? Paid. It's ads. Ads is enough. You have to pay for your content. If you really want to make an impact, you need to pay LinkedIn to put your content in front of people. But the thing is, even if you paid LinkedIn to put your content in front of people, what people? Just any old random buyers? You got to remember, solution aware people. We need to put our content in front of solution aware prospects, because solution aware prospects are ones that have tried things that haven't worked, and they're still in research mode right now, aware of what hasn't worked for them, and they're looking for what will work. So these are people that are investing, people that are looking to invest. They've proven to have invested. So we need to put our message in front of those people. So it's not even just enough to post the content and to pay money to put the content in front of people that are your ideal clients. We need to hit the solution aware prospects, the people who are ready to buy now. So can you see why there's a lot more to it, this whole marketing thing, than just, hey, let's post content and, Content's not working. Let's put some money behind it. My reach is down. My posts aren't reaching enough people. So I should let's put some money behind it. That's not enough. And this is the trap. This is what LinkedIn is doing. Have you heard a year ago, 2 years ago, organic reach was better? LinkedIn is the best place for organic reach. Remember that? 2-3 years ago, that was the story. LinkedIn is the best place for organic reach. You want to reach people organically, you post on LinkedIn. That's the best place to do it. Best bang for your buck for content. Not anymore. Not anymore. Reach is down. It's all over the news feed. Reach is down low. Reach is down low. Reach is real low. There's no reach anymore. So what do you got to do? You got to pay. You got to pay for your content to get in front of people. That's what head of social from LinkedIn is saying here. Let's take a listen.
Your customer profile. When it comes to organic, you are waiting for your audience to find you, to discover you. But here's the thing. Organic reach is amazing for nurturing your existing audience and building a community, especially when it comes to thought leadership. But is organic reach enough on LinkedIn? Well, that's what's holding back your growth. It's a total myth that it's enough. In fact, your brand is missing out on a larger opportunity if your best posts are only reaching your followers. Hi, I'm Sarah Stevenson and I'm a LinkedIn certified marketing expert. Let me show you what you can do to increase the reach of your best performing organic content. Here are 3 easy tips.
Yeah, so it's not enough. Your audience isn't enough. Organic's not enough. Organic isn't even enough to get it to your audience, let alone getting it to new people who have never seen your content before. Now, to be fair, or not to be fair, on a side note of this, whenever I post reels on Instagram, I get about 75% of people not in my network seeing my reels. So that's kind of promising. And this is why I'm coming back to video and posting more reels. And I'm going to be focusing more on YouTube and Instagram as opposed to LinkedIn from content. I used to be a LinkedIn focused content creator, LinkedIn everything, because LinkedIn is the most amazing platform for targeting, for reaching the right types of people, for sending DMs, for cold outreach. Essentially, there's Sales Navigator, which allows you to hyper filter. It's an amazing, amazing tool. But with content, organic, with content, LinkedIn is just not very good. I mean, the feed lately is just horrible. It's viral AI videos with AI copy. It's like a cesspool of engagement bait, cringe content. It's horrible, and it's just happened like this in the past 6 months or something like that. So anyway, I think LinkedIn is amazing for cold outreach, for building lists, for sending DMs, for promoting workshops. And yes, if we're talking to executives and leaders, I mean, yeah, LinkedIn is an amazing place, especially for ads. LinkedIn's the place. It's a bit expensive, a bit more expensive, but not if you work with us. We're getting $8 to $10 leads for a workshop for executives and leaders in that market, which standard's probably about 2-3 times higher. So, okay, back to this. Okay, so the last thing here. I just want to share with you this last part about this whole reason why organic is not enough if you want to create content to reach your audience, according to head of social at LinkedIn, and that you should be paying money if you really want to make an impact. And let's hear this last part.
The mix of paid and organic activity was resonating directly with our clients' target audience, evidenced by the 58% of engagement coming from senior decision makers, their ideal customer profile. Organic reach is a great start, but if you want to grow exponentially, it might be time to go beyond the feed. Ready to amplify your content? Check out the link in my post and follow for more of the best performer. LinkedIn recommends starting with a budget of around $100 a day for 4 weeks, so you can gather robust intel on what is or isn't working.
LinkedIn recommends $100 a day for 4 weeks. That's the recommendation. It's crazy. Like, for an individual, for anybody just seeing this ad who's thinking about, how do I get more reach on my content? Man, nobody's seeing my post. It's not converting. It's not doing anything. Okay, I'm thinking about ads. Maybe I should spend some money here on LinkedIn. Here's this video from LinkedIn head of social saying you should spend $100 a day for the next 4 weeks on ads. $100 a day, $7 a week, $700 a week, $2,800 a month on ads. And for what? To boost a post. That's what she recommended before. Find your best post and boost your post. Oh, and by the way, spend $100 a day on ads. It's just one video, but and it's not even mad at her. There's just so much context around advertising, around content, around building a campaign, that if you just up and start spending $100 a day on ads, it's not going to do anything. It's going to get nowhere. Like, you got to have something to promote in the first place. You got to have some event you're going to promote. You should have a workshop or a masterclass you're going to promote, and then you're going to spend a couple weeks promoting that. And you got to make sure you're thinking about, who you're even targeting it to, who it is in the first place. And then, your ads, you don't just run one ad on one piece of content. You should have 25 ads going, all with different hooks and different variations of the body. And you can test and be seeing which one actually works, and you can get feedback so that the next one that you run, you can have better ads. And $100 a day to who she's speaking to. She just had 2 tips about, if you have a post, pick a best post and boost it. Going from the most amateur posting thing you can do, amateur advertising boosting thing you can do, to spending $100 a day on ads. It's deceptive. It's shit. There's too much behind it. And that's the problem. You don't know what you don't know. And a lot of marketers make things seem like it's all very easy. All you got to do is use these templates and use these tactics, and you're going to make money. Let's build a funnel. Use these templates, use these tactics, use AI. Your message is your marketing. It starts with the message. Your message is your marketing. Oh man, how long have I been going here? Okay. How's this mic sound, by the way? How's this sounding? Check. Let's go one more topic here. So let's wrap this up with the basic theme here. The basic theme here that we've been talking about when it comes to marketing is that it's not a tactical thing. It's not one piece, 2 piece, 3 piece foe. It's all of these pieces need to be connecting together in a flow. Everything about your marketing needs to flow and work together. So buying another template pack isn't going to do it. Just tweaking your offer isn't going to do it. Spending money on ads isn't going to do it. Everything needs to be working together in a system. You need a strategy behind it. You need to go from, hey, let's put on a workshop every month, and let's start with ads and content that's going to go to this pre-webinar email sequence that's going to go to the webinar, and we're going to use our messaging on the webinar. We're going to have a post-webinar sequence, and then we're going to have an offer that expires in 7 days, and then we're going to do it all again the next month and the next month. You need a system, and behind all that, underneath all that, is your message. What is your unique and compelling message? How are you positioned differently from everyone else in the market? Why do other solutions fail where yours doesn't? How do you serve as the missing piece? That's the things you got to be thinking about. We're going away from the tactical side of I'm better, faster, easier, more testimonials, whatever, to a narrative, to this is why these other things you've tried haven't worked. This is where I fit in as the missing piece that is going to work, and here's exactly how I do it. We're diagnosing like a doctor. I had a client the other day well, actually today, he brought me a template pack for emails and was really excited about it and saying, hey, we can use these. Here's this thing where there's each of these placeholders that whatever campaign we run, AI is going to be able to replace each one of these placeholders with a different aspect and write all of these emails out. And it sounds nice, but every email sequence has a different purpose. The warm-up sequence is different than the offer sequence. The pre-webinar sequence is different than the post sequence. The survey sequence is different. Just the story emails that are, so everything is different. So I've never bought a template pack that I was truly happy with. Definitely have bought some things that I've gotten like a couple good nuggets out of it, but never bought a system or a program that was templated and had any success. And I haven't heard of anybody else that's had success like from that either. So marketing is living and breathing. It's living and breathing. And now let's end here. Let's end today with a passage from the Bible about the invisible expert versus the market messiah. Now, again, this is coming from our agency's messaging Bible. Okay, so this is coming from our agency's messaging Bible. And this is what we do with all of our clients. With all of our clients, we create the message, we create the messaging, and it all starts with the creation of your messaging Bible. And there's a bunch of these elements. Now, this is just one of the tools, the weapons, the things in our quiver, that we have, ideas that we can use, that I'm using right now to talk about why we do what we do. And this section is called the invisible expert versus the market messiah. So every market has both. Market messiahs attracting sophisticated clients effortlessly, and invisible experts fighting for scraps. Now, the invisible expert constantly optimizes tactics, hoping something will work, competes on features, benefits, and price, fights for every sale through persuasion. Sales are inconsistent, sees inconsistent results that never compound, feels like they're pushing a boulder uphill, watches competitors with inferior skills get better results, can't raise prices, lives on a treadmill filtered out by sophisticated buyers. No, the market messiah operates from a fundamentally different paradigm, attracts prospects who arrive pre-sold, has sales conversations that feel like confirmation, not convincing, sees results compound as reputation grows, experiences marketing as attraction, not pursuit, becomes immune to competition, commands premium prices without resistance, has escaped the marketing treadmill entirely, is recognized by sophisticated buyers as categorically different. Now, the difference isn't talent. Many invisible experts are more skilled than market messiahs. The difference isn't effort. Invisible experts often work harder than market messiahs. The difference is identity. Market messiahs have transformed into something sophisticated buyers recognize as distinct, and invisible experts haven't. And until they do, no amount of tactical optimization will close the gap. It's about thinking about marketing in a fundamentally different way, moving from tactics to diagnosis, moving from the car salesman tactics to the doctor diagnosis. When we think differently about marketing, that's when we're going to attract those high quality, sophisticated, ready to invest types of prospects who have invested in the past but been burned and have opted out of marketing, but are still looking for someone who is going to help. And when we use the doctor frame and we diagnose, that's how we're going to get their attention and how we're going to get these best clients working with us. All right, that's a wrap. That is a wrap. Happy Friday. Happy Friday until next time.